My cars won bronze place in box stock and silver in open class at the Liberty Cup Autumn Cup at SideBite. Accepting the fact that there is more than one truth and also more than one way of doing something is a key to success. So often there are times when we come to a standstill in our attempt at completing a difficult task that the answer might be to approach the problem in a different yet unforeseen way.
Chase in lane number 1, Chris in lane number 2, Will in lane number 3, Chase in lane number 4, and Will in lane number 5. This is your box stock finals. Line up, turn them on, and grid them up. Track is clear. On your mark. Get set, go. One. Two. Out. Three. Four. Final lap. First, second, third. Well done. Well done. Well done. Good race, guys. Good race. Garcia in 1, Chase, car number 11, in 2, Evan, in 3, Chase, in 10, in 4, car number 10, and Steve, car 43 in lane number 5. This is your 2 class finals. All right, folks, line up, turn on, and turn up. On your mark. Get set, go. Good job. 1. 2. 3. 4. Follow up. First, second, third. Will, lane 1, Chris, lane 2, Evan, lane 3 and 4, Garcia, in lane 5, open class finals, Liberty Cup SideBite, last race of the evening. We appreciate you guys, thank you for coming out. Line up, turn on, and grid up. On your marks, get set, go. Good job. One. Two. Three. Four. Five. First. Second. Third.
So yes, against stellar competition, my cars prevailed and won bronze in box stock and silver in open class. Pretty darn cool. So here's the strange thing. The past few months I've not been winning as often as I'm used to, and yeah, I took a step back and I said to myself, let's see what happens if we put my cars in other people's capable hands. So in order to do this, you have to kind of trust in the process, trust yourself, trust your cars, and trust the person that you are giving the car to. And I had one hell of a racer drop my cars for me. He is an up-and-coming racer. His name is William, or Will, and he is just doing all the right things to go through the hobby and basically build the cars the right way in such a precise manner. He's following all of my videos and my advice, and he's just building some really, really awesome cars. Some of his cars are wicked fast, and he's a racer to look out for because he's got all the goods. He's just like taking things one step at a time, and he's building them, and yeah, he's really, really good. And so I said, I want to trust you with my cars this month, and if you can race them, that'd be great. And he said to me, it'd be an honor to do that. And I said, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yeah, what he did was he got my cars into the finals. And yeah, pretty darn cool. And this is a fast car. Everybody knows this one, Spider-Man 2099. Everybody knows about the history of this car. Like initially, when I first introduced this car, it had more of a body on it, and it was the first version of Spider-Man 2099 with like a full body for a mock frame. And then I decided to pare it down totally to its bare essentials, basically this part of the cowl right here. And I decorated it the same way, and I weighed it down with stickers, and it works out well for me. Now, this is actually a reincarnation of the original Spider-Man 2099, because the first version of Spider-Man 2099 took a sad, devastating head-on collision with another car that flipped around and came towards Spider-Man 2099, causing the front part to crack off. Ugh. Yeah, one of the roller mounts just totally tore off with that head-on collision. It was just terrible, and I was so sad because I had no car going into the finals, and I had to swap it out with a different car. So yeah, this was a lovely car that was going towards gold in that month, and it just got wrecked with that crash, and I was so upset. But it's revived now, so yeah, and I'm basically breaking in. So when you break in things, you don't just break in the motor, you also break in all the parts that support the car, including the motor itself, including all of those palm parts, including all the axles. You want to make sure that everything's lubricated properly so that when you drop the car, everything is a finely tuned, well-oiled machine. And yeah, you will know this when you drop the car and you see it speed right off. And if you see that it's steady and solid, stable, as it's moving around the track, you know you've got a good car. Yeah, and the mock frame is one of the best cars to win a race with. It is a devastatingly fast car. It is so fast. Mock frames are so fast that they have been banned in some countries. Illegal to race in box stock because they are that fast and they are that stable. And so, yeah, you can talk to the owner of SideBite. He is the master of mock frames. He can tell you how awesome mock frames are. So yeah, in every one of his races, box stock and tune class, he's won with a mock frame, and that is so cool. Very cool. So on to tune class at SideBite, the Liberty Cup Autumn Cup, which happens to be my race, but this is a race open to everyone. Whether you're a McBite fan, whether you're a Deep Pit Stop fan, whether you're a Portal Tuners fan, Outcast, everyone is invited to the Liberty Cup races. And here's the thing, the Liberty Cup, starting January, will be one of the qualifiers for the Hobbytown USA Cup. Yeah, pretty darn cool. And special announcement for the January races, SideBite, Liberty Cup, Winter Cup. The winners, the podium winners of tuned and open class at the Liberty Cup Autumn Cup will be invited to go head-to-head in a Master of All Masters race in July. Yes, July 2025. Mark that in your calendars. Master of All Masters. Everyone who gets into the podium January 2025 gets an invitation to the Master of All Masters. And then there's a race 3 months later. Yes, the Spring Cup. And also the podium winners there will also be invited to enter the Master of All Masters races. Yes, so one might call it a turf war, but we don't want to call it that. We want to call it a friendly race between happy rivals of all the different groups that race mini four-wheel drive. We're all one big happy family. Whether you like it or not, we're all one big happy family, and we're all here to help each other out so that we can send somebody off to Japan and race in the Japan Cup. Yes, whoever that might be, awesome. Whoever that is, awesome. We're all behind that person. Totally, totally awesome. So, tune class, I didn't fare as well, and many of you know Panda Bear Racer. Yes, the legendary Panda Bear, which started off as a Super 2 car, and then I changed it to VZ chassis, and yeah, it's lightning fast, but it's had its day, right? It's a little long in the tooth now, and it's won its awards, and things are kind of like slowing down here and there, so I have to basically take the car apart and just fix all the internals and make everything super fast again. Yeah, but this was a very formidable car in its heyday, and those of you who've seen it race can attest to that. It's a really fast car. So yeah, it's very stable, it's very solid. It may not be the fastest car, but it is very stable. Yes, very, very stable. And I've taken this to the West Coast too in its previous incarnation. Very, very cool. But unfortunately didn't place into the finals this time around. Yeah. I had 2 cars in the open class races, and I said, hey, let's put this car in there. Yeah, Green Lantern. Pretty darn cool. And this was my car that was created for me via Precision Mini 4-Wheel Drive. That group, totally awesome group. I recommend them highly. If you want to get a super awesome car, go to Precision Mini 4-Wheel Drive and ask them to build you a car. And yeah, they'll ask you what you want on the car, and they'll build it to your precise specifications. And yeah, then you can talk pricing between you and them. Yes, very, very cool. And then there's my car, very fast car. Anybody who's seen this car and raced against it knows that this thing is like a bat out of hell. And it just goes shoof beyond everyone's car. I mean, everyone's seen it at the races. The problem is a little bit like the stability leaves a lot to be desired around hairpin turns, but we can correct that over time. So yeah, it raced well in the practice sessions, but then against other cars and the vibration control and such like that, this thing then coursed out a lot more than it should have. But yeah, this has a power dash motor in there. That's why it's super fast. And it was designed to be an MS suspension car killer. And yeah, it's really, really fast on a VZ chassis, and it's got this wonderful front AT bumper style bumper. It's not an AT bumper, it's just a pivoting style bumper. And yeah, but it's really, really cool. And yeah, a lot of credit goes to Precision Mini 4-Wheel Drive for the design of this front bumper and D-Pit Stop as well. So yeah, thank you both for the inspiration for that. So yeah, I basically placed this style of pivoting bumper on a VZ chassis. Pretty cool, and there are videos for that in my catalog of videos. So yeah, and the rear is solid. In retrospect, this should have been pivoting as well, and that probably would have kept the car on the track, I think. Yeah, pretty darn cool. But yeah, this is very lightweight, and yeah, I have no misgivings about it. It is super fast. I could have toned it down a little bit. I could have changed it to a hyperdash motor, and it still would have been flying like a bat out of hell. So no regrets with this. This is pretty darn cool, and Will decided to race this one because he really liked the design of it. And I don't blame him. This is like the coolest design, don't you think? The carbon fiber cowl right here, so cool. And yeah, the whole car is just colored the way it should be colored. Black with some accents of purple and yellow. You can't go wrong with a color combination like this. It's so cool. Yeah, very, very cool. I wish they had a purple motor, right? That would match the rest of the purple accents and stuff, although I can use a light dash motor in here for yellow. Yeah, if I wanted to be color combination correct. But yeah, I wonder how fast that would be with a light dash motor in here. So yeah, kudos to the master of motors in our McBite group. His name is Evan Theo, and he's got some super fast cars that run really fast using only light dash motors. Very, very cool. Master of motors, yeah. So we have a lot of people in our McBite group who are masters of their own domains. And so, yeah, we welcome anyone who wants to join McBite to come see me or someone in our group. And yeah, we'll give you some details on how to join our group. Pretty cool. So yeah, some of the prizes that were won. So in box stock, you can see that besides just, like, instead of just presenting 3 kits to the winners, I decided to make this race have 2 kits and 1 mystery prize. It's an envelope filled with goodies that are worth at least the price of the kit or more. So yeah, it's a mystery. You don't know what it is, but there are various parts and gadgets and things like that inside that are very valuable to Mini 4-Wheel Drive racers. So yeah, pretty darn cool. So basically, the winner of each event gets to choose amongst the 3 prizes. So you can choose amongst the 2 kits, or you can choose that mystery prize. And the mystery prize is sealed, so you don't know what's inside. There's always going to be more than 1 item inside the envelope. If there is just 1 item, then it'll be definitely worth more than the kit itself. And yeah, it was pretty fun to see who would take a chance and just go for the mystery prize. And you know what? If you pick the mystery prize, you are usually, almost always, very well rewarded. However, in Tune Class, so we had box stock, we had Tune Class, and Tune Class, it was one of those things where the prize winner, he definitely wanted the Liberty Emperor. So that was one of the prizes in Toon Class. And so, yeah, thankfully the winner of Toon Class was also second place because he also got to pick the mystery prize. And so, yeah, I'm sure he was very happy and pleased with his mystery prize because I did put in lots of really fun stuff inside the Toon Class mystery prize envelope. Very, very cool. And then for Open Class, yeah, another mystery prize and 2 kits. And yeah, what can I tell you? That mystery prize in Open Class was amazing. It had so many cool things in there, things that are like hard to find items in the mini 4-wheel drive world. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of you may have like driven or flown up to Canada to race in the turf war race over there, and that's all well and good, but were there prizes as good as this? Like, just go to SideBite, just go to the Liberty Cup, just go to one of the cup races for the Liberty Cup. You'll see the prizes are amazing, and yeah, the racers are amazing. We had some really, really awesome competition at SideBite this past Sunday. Oh my God, these were racers that were like winners, gold place winners in other races, and they were there at SideBite. We had Anthony, we had Garcia. Oh my God, so awesome. So many great racers there. We had some up-and-coming racers that were gold place winners too at SideBite on a weekly basis. These people just like went exponentially up in their growth and learning, and they were able to secure gold place spots at SideBite as well as Liberty Cup, Autumn Cup. Yeah, very, very cool. So cool. It's so awesome to know that people are learning things the right way and experimenting with things and trying to see what works and what doesn't. And yeah, you just take all the things that work and make them a part of you. And then you can grow with this knowledge and even come up with your own innovations. So yes. So I am the designated Master of Innovation at McBite, and yeah, teacher at McBite. And yeah, there are other masters of various categories at McBite. We have a wealth of knowledge. We can help you become the best racer that you can be. Yeah, very, very cool. So yes, SideBite, one of the East Coast's premier racing spots. Yes, SideBite is the only racing center on the East Coast that is like full-time Tamiya mini 4-wheel drive. There's nothing else there but mini 4-wheel drive. So when you go in there, you walk in, you're immersed. It's an immersion of mini 4-wheel drive stuff. You have that wooden racetrack, 5 lanes, which you will not see anywhere else in the United States. It is one of a kind. They used to have it at DXN long ago, but now it's here on the East Coast. That's how amazing this is, this racing center. One of a kind. And you will find parts and kits here at SideBite that you will not find anywhere else. Anywhere else. You may be able to order these things through various outlets in China and Japan, Indonesia, Philippines. But here on the East Coast, in America, very few places are going to have the kinds of things that SideBite has. So I do urge you to make a trip to the East Coast if you're not from the East Coast. Even if you're from the East Coast and you're like up north or south, come to SideBite, check it out. And if you need something, like you want to order a special part, just call SideBite and contact them, and they'll see if they can get the item for you. Very, very cool. So we have here my little friend Moopsie, and this is from Star Trek Lower Decks, one of my favorite animated series. And we also have here my book, Breathe, Believe, Do, written by myself, and it's a book on yoga, my ascent towards the yoga championship and how I won the bronze medal and things like that. So there's something that's very interesting, a very interesting chapter that I'd like to read an excerpt for you from. And this chapter is called You Are Enough. Do the best you can in everything you do. That is my mantra for life. Clean up all the little things to make the overall thing better. My dad was a real positive force in my life. You are good enough, just as you are, he said to me. I never heard this from my mother, but from my father. He was so proud of my brothers and I, and never saw us as trophy children. I miss you, Dad. Parents should love their children unconditionally, but they will sometimes pick favorites. They might tell you who they are, but you can kind of figure out which of your siblings is the favorite. Each parent might choose their own favorite, and you might not be one of them. I feel that so long as you're a good person and go through life in a positive manner, doing good things for people, and continuously helping others grow, you do not have to worry about being a favorite, because all of the people you've made a difference to in the world will invariably make you their favorite. Speaking of being enough, there will always be so-called experts in the world who will tell you that you should do this or that. There will be other experts who will tell you the complete opposite. Whom should you trust? I once learned a valuable lesson from one of the former deans of Kripalu. He said that there will be different explanations of things based on who you want to learn from. In those times, whomever you approached by the Ganges River, you paid the guru's fee and you learned from them, he said. This is why we have different chakra systems, with 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, and even 114 chakras. Nobody is wrong. These are just different understandings taught by various gurus to various yogis. Accepting the fact that there is more than one truth and also more than one way of doing something is a key to success. So often there are times when we come to a standstill in our attempt at completing a difficult task that the answer might be to approach the problem in a different yet unforeseen way. The ability to recognize multiple paths that will lead to a solution is a talent that cannot be taught and learned, but can only be experienced through insight and wisdom. So that's an excerpt from my new book, Breathe, Believe, Do. So yes, the next race is in January 2025. It's going to be January 19. That's the third Sunday of the month. And yeah, I am looking forward to seeing all of you at SideBite, at Liberty Cup, Winter Cup. Pretty darn cool. So yes, if you like this video, everybody, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.